Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. As always, I am joined by my lovely co-host,
Travis Patrick.
And today we have a great episode for you. But before that, we want to thank you guys for returning. We had a huge amount of support on the first episode, getting over 100 views or plays on Spotify. We appreciate you guys. And real quick, Trav's going to give you guys a follower update on all of our social platforms. What are we at, Trav?
So after our first episode was posted, we jumped, I'd say, about 40 followers. As of right now, we have 71 followers on Instagram, which is huge. And on Spotify, we got 48 followers on our account, which is tremendous compared to what we had. And we can't thank you guys enough for all the support that you guys have given us so far. And we're just so grateful for everything, and just keep staying in tune because we want this thing to grow.
We also have a YouTube channel. There's nothing on it right now, but we're going to work on getting some film so you guys can watch us, kind of sit around and talk with each other. And it's the same as our Instagram, right?
Yep, it is the Lunch Table _podcast 24 is our YouTube channel. There's nothing on it quite yet, but we are working on that. Along with that, we are also in the making of the merch. We are making a lot of progress on it and hope to get that put out there as soon as possible if you guys are interested in showing support. And
yeah. Awesome. So real quick, before we get into shout-outs, what did you guys think of the intro music? Personally, I think it's freaking awesome. It sounds really good.
Yeah,
goes well with the show. Good. We want to shout out Jawty, Jawty, and my buddy Cody for the intro-outro music. The song was called Wanting You. And you can find them on SoundCloud.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate it.
We also want to shout you guys out. Like Travis said, we got a huge following in the night. Well, huge to us anyway. It was a big jump, and we really, we really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, had a lot of people reach out, and we're really thankful for it, and we're looking to make more content with you guys.
Yeah, we got a couple of teachers who have talked to us. We've got a lot of friends who've reached out. A lot of people that, it's going to be great content.
Yep, we have a really interesting path that to soon be happening, so stay tuned.
All right, Travis, you ready to get into this?
Let's get it.
All right, guys, today's a big day for us. It's our guest, and he's something special.
He is.
He's awesome. So our first guest, Travis grew up with him. We all went to school together. This dude is, like I said, something else. Ladies and gentlemen, Blake McCubbin.
Woo!
Yeah!
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Welcome to the show, bud.
Thank you
I
for
had a
coming.
feeling that I'd be the first guest.
You know what they say, you gotta have your best man on your first podcast episode.
That is true.
Just wait till he finds out he wasn't the first choice. Just kidding.
All
love.
I was the first choice for the best man, though.
Oh.
Shout out for Aaron for not making the cut. I'm not sorry.
All right, Blake.
No hard feelings.
No hard feelings.
We love you, Aaron. Looking to shoot with you soon, anyways.
Danny. Oh gosh. All right, Blake. Tell us a bit about yourself. What's going on?
Well, I'm Travis's stepbrother. His dad hooked up with my mom a few times, I'm assuming.
Shout out Katie and Adam.
And that's how we're related. I know Aaron was friends with him before that, but I literally only met him through his dad. So
nice.
What did you think about whenever you kind of realized that we were seeing each other more on the weekends? What was like that feeling? Like, did you think that it was weird, or like what was going through your mind?
Well, at first I thought I was just going to a friend's house with my brother, and then we kind of lived there for a little bit and never went back to mom's apartment. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little salty. I was like, "Hey, why am I not in the apartment? All of my toys are still there. My TV, my Xbox. I guess it was a PS2 at the time, with one game on it. It was a 4-wheeler game.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, and then we never actually ended up going back to that apartment. So my Uncle Jim moved in there, and he still lives there now, actually. So
shout out Uncle Jim.
Shout out Uncle Jim.
Well, that's awesome. We're really happy to have you here. Is there anything else you want to add? Anything important about yourself? Anything fun? What do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? I play Xbox with Travis every single day. I play games I don't want to play, but they're not going to play Fortnite anymore.
It's kind of
And-
trash right now, honestly.
You know, haters gonna hate.
Oh,
But
yes, my bad. All right, so I guess since Blake doesn't have anything else, you ready to get into our first segment, Trev?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right, everyone, you know what time it is. It's 5 real questions and 5 real answers from 3 real people. So I'll kick us off, Blake. First question. What was it like growing up with us, or just what was it like growing up with Travis?
growing up with Travis, it was cool. I know I didn't really even meet you until like high school or
Yeah.
something. I didn't play any sports with you until high school. But yeah, growing up with Travis, it was fun. We always had a trampoline. He taught me how to do backflips.
That's
And
true.
for some reason, he could do a backflip and not a front flip. It was awkward, but I'm pretty sure he still can't do a front flip. Yeah, and yeah, we had a lot of fun. We'd always take the good old machete out into the woods and sprint through the woods with a machete and
Wow.
try cutting trees down. We'd get halfway through it and realize this has been like 3 hours of hitting a tree. And then we'd go pick out a smaller tree and not cut it down either.
A lot of tree forts. A lot of them.
Lots of tree forts.
A lot of good memories, actually. I remember we did build the one den on the side of like a bank or something. It was pretty cool until my dad figured out we stole all the scrap parts, metal out from the field, and we drug them to the other field, and then it flooded, and then our whole fort went all over the place, and he wanted us to clean it up, but we never did.
Yeah.
So it's still just chilling there today?
All that metal's still scattered around that creek. It's probably rusting away, but good memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this one time my cousin Shaylee, she actually fell into the creek.
I remember that after that big flood.
Yeah, and I think it was snowing, and we were all scared she was gonna get hypothermia, but she didn't because it was like 38 degrees outside.
Shout out Shaylee.
Shout
Glad you're
out
still with us.
Shout out Shaylee. I'm glad you're not dead. But yeah, we had a lot of great times in that fort. We used to watch explicit videos in the fort.
Nothing's changed with you guys then.
Well, we don't do it in the fort anymore.
It's just a house now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do watch them together still.
No, I don't remember really seeing Blake until like he said high school. I mean, I would see him at the birthday parties.
I will say, growing up with Blake, I feel like he didn't really become much. He wasn't very social at the beginning.
Oh, not at all.
I'd say about 7th to 8th grade. Then he started becoming more social with all our friends because me and Blake's brother Aaron, as in my stepbrother,
Our brother, yeah.
Yeah.
we started bringing a lot of friends around, and they'd pester Blake, and then Blake finally just started giving into it, and then he started becoming more active and talking to us.
Yeah, Blake's changed a lot. Like what Travis was saying, you know, he didn't really talk to nobody, and then we would all just be at his house, and we saw a lot of Blake that we really didn't expect at all.
Yeah.
I just feel like every year at the birthday parties, you know, he would talk to us just a little bit more. Still go to bed at like 10 or 11,
Yeah.
and while we're up all night long, but
Yeah, 10:30. I usually hit the hay, and then they'd grab things and pick the lock to my door and throw them at me, and then sprint through the house outside.
I will say I do remember that at the parties and whatnot that we were throwing at our house, like birthday parties and whatnot, you were always the first one in your room, and when you went in there, you would put your dresser up against the door and barricade it all just so we couldn't come in because you did not like that.
Yeah. Apparently,
up,
my
Blake.
dresser isn't heavy enough to stop like 8 people from breaking into my room while I'm sleeping.
No, a lot of good times with Blake though. I mean, we've gotten better, become better friends, you know, after high school and whatnot. But he wasn't a big part of my life before.
Yeah.
Before
no.
that, we still love you. So, all right, Travis, you got a question?
Alrighty, let's kick it off with the second question. What do you do for a living?
Now I'm a carpenter. I work with my buddy Kyle.
Shout out, Kyle.
Yeah. I actually got hired on about a month before him. and everyone loved me.
What happened?
And then you know, they asked me if I had any friends that would want a job, and I was like, yeah, dude, my buddy Kyle, he's a great worker. So then they hired Kyle, and everyone just liked him more. They just kind of brushed me to the side, like
You were the side piece?
like I was nothing.
You were the side piece?
Yeah, I'm the side piece now. You know, Kyle calls in. He calls in kind of frequently. And then I'm everyone's favorite person again. But, you know, I'll hold this grudge forever.
So what kind of work do you do? Like, what kind of carpentry? Are you, like, building, framing walls or something, or?
No, I'm actually framing floors, believe it or not, which is kind of weird. Yeah, we go and build a giant deck, and then they pour concrete on top of it. And then, you know, some laborers come in and take the deck out underneath the concrete.
Sounds like a very, like, intensive job. Are you ever, like, doing anything, like, scary? That'd be like, what's the word I'm thinking of, Pierce? Like, anything dangerous there?
Well, it's dangerous, but I wouldn't call it scary or dangerous.
Well, Blake's not scared of anything. Don't forget that.
Yeah,
but...
I'm a fearless guy, of course. But
Does like anything crazy ever happen though? Like anything? Do you have any like stories from work that are like crazy?
No,
Never seen anyone like lose a foot, or
I've never seen anyone lose a foot. I mean, I've been there for 6 months, but no losing foot stories. I've never seen anyone get injured.
Well, that's good.
All those safety classes that I spent like 16 hours on, you know, they're basically for nothing. We break all of those codes, and like
I don't know if we should be saying this.
every single code gets broken, and you know, safety classes, you know, you don't need them, believe it or not.
Who needs eyes?
This is why Blake doesn't work for OSHA.
Yeah.
Well, did you ever like see yourself going down this path in life? Did you have a different path that
like a
you
plan,
were going to do, and it just fell through?
Yeah, actually. So I was going to work at my favorite company ever, Buckley Powder Company. Shout out Buckley Powder.
Shout out.
What's
if you ever need
what's that?
Explosives, they sell explosives to rock quarries, and I was going to stay there forever running the baggage plant. Then my cousin Cody came along, and his stepdad, my uncle, was actually running it. And apparently, he likes his stepson more than his nephew. So he gave away the baggage plant to Cody and told me I had to go out to the rock quarries with everyone else. And I told him, no, I don't. I'm not working for you anymore. And that was the last time I ever saw Bobby.
Shout out, Bobby.
Shout out, Bobby.
Wait, what happened? Like, why did you not want to go out to did you say the shot? Like, what happens out there compared to the plant? What's the difference?
Well, you've worked out on shot before. Would that last 3 days?
Yeah, I did. It's not for everyone. I mean, if you like scooping rocks and buckets with your fingers, I mean, it'd be a pretty good job for you, I guess. But other than that, yeah, I don't like scooping rocks in a bucket and carrying it to dump it in holes.
Isn't that exactly what you do right now?
No, I do it in a machine actually.
Well, machine does it. He doesn't. He
so
just
now
touches
my
buttons.
hands. I got soft hands anyways. I don't want to rough them up.
You can't mess up those operating hands.
Yeah,
the delicate instruments.
That's true. Building the world one dirt load at a time.
Yeah,
it's something. All right. Well, what's your favorite memory from high school? You know, what's really stuck with you since you left? Like, core memory.
Number one memory of all time. Losing my virginity, of course. No. My favorite memory of high school.
Shout out virginity.
Shout out virginity, of course. But my number one memory from high school is there's a little story behind this actually. And you know, since it's a podcast, I'll tell it. So,
thanks.
Homecoming, senior year.
Big deal.
Me and Carter are elected as candidates for king. And neither of us won. And, you know, I was a little bummed out. But Carter didn't win either, so I was fine. And then, you know, court warming comes around. And me and Carter, again, are both elected candidates for king. and neither of us won. But you know, my buddy J Mac did. Shout out J Mac.
Shout out J Mac.
J Mac, how's he doing? Do you know? You
Yeah.
keep up with J Mac at all?
No, I don't actually. Haven't spoken to him since graduation. You know, we walked together at graduation. We were pretty good friends, and we haven't talked since.
He's reached out to the show, by the way. Shout out J Mac. We appreciate you. Yeah, I think he's doing like his own deal.
Oh
now.
yeah, he was starting up his own deal.
Yeah, you know, proud of you, dude. Shout out.
Yeah, but so J Mac actually ended up winning that, and you know, me and Carter were happy for him. But you know, then prom came around, and me and Carter were both candidates for the king.
Once again.
Gosh dang, 3 times in a
It
row.
was the final chapter in our story, and you know I brought that home.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, I'm prom king, and that's why I'm cooler than all my friends to this day. All right, some might say I peaked in high school, some might not, you know, but I won prom king and they didn't. So
That is
who
true.
peaked even higher in high school? I did.
I won homecoming queen over Travis. Sorry.
Yeah, you did.
I won homecoming king over Travis, and that was peak, so I get it.
Well, I would have won a prom king my senior year, but COVID cut that one short for us. So you're lucky on that one.
I don't know.
You see, you guys always bring up the COVID year. You think you had a hard COVID year?
You think you had it hard?
You think you guys had it hard? I walked uphill in the snow during my
Oh
COVID
gosh.
barefoot. All right, your COVID year was not going to school anymore, and when you did homework for school, you got 100 no matter what, as long as you turned in the homework.
I will vouch for that. One of my assignments was go for a walk. I felt like that was really pointed towards me. Because I literally saw that. I'm like, go for a walk. I'm like,
Yeah, touch grass, nerd.
well, I'm like, is Blake on here sending me messages right now or what?
I will say, after we did get kicked out of school due to COVID, it kind of was like we didn't really have to go to school because, I mean, we ended up doing online, but that was all so new that no one knew what they were doing.
No.
So you couldn't really fail everyone because it was mandatory to stay at home, and not everyone had a Wi-Fi at the time because we're from a small rural school anyway, so a lot of country roads and a lot of not good reception anyways.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the teachers, I mean, they didn't know what to do. No one knew what to do during that pandemic. It was just so scarceful.
Yeah, that was, no, we didn't have it rough. You're right, Blake.
Yeah,
Blake's
you know who
always
did-
right.
You know who did have it rough?
Who?
My class, 2021.
Why
right.
was it so rough?
Did you get to play all your sports?
We did, but
Okay.
okay. Oh damn, we didn't get to lose at baseball for the 4th year in a row.
Hey, we had high hopes. My bad.
0-26, 3 years in a row.
That's bull
Hey,
crap.
but, you know.
That was football, buddy.
Whoa. Don't
I'm
talk
sorry,
shit on
I didn't
football.
play football. My bad.
Yeah, football won.
Hey, I was there.
Football won.
I was at every game. I even went to Jasper to watch you guys win.
Exactly.
Well, along with the sports, how was it after like the year of 2021, your class? How was like the student section compared to like when we were in high school in 2020?
But it was garbage.
it was garbage.
It wasn't
So-
like did you think it was like as hype as
The hype
as it
squad
was?
had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of the student section, there was none.
Oh.
There was
Oh.
no student section. Every player got 2 tickets, maybe I think we got 3 or 4 tickets for senior night to give out to people. So it was all of our parents, basically. You know,
Wow.
my siblings couldn't even attend my game. to cheer me on.
Excuses.
Yeah.
Did you have to like wear masks while playing the sports? Like say for instance like basketball, do you have to wear masks going up and down the courts? How was that? I played with the pandemic going on.
You didn't have to wear a mask on the court, but you did have to wear a mask all day at school.
Yeah.
You know, the school that we went to, and you guys just gotta, you know,
Go home.
like 3-month early summer break.
That was
Cry
wild.
about it.
Yeah, I am crying about
Womp
it. This is
womp.
where I'm crying about it at. Womp womp.
Womp womp. So, Travis mentioned you being his best man earlier. So, what was the bachelor party like?
The bachelor party was a thing of beauty. It was so great. We rented a house at the lake and, you know, just destroyed the house.
Oh my god.
Well, you did go crazy.
I destroyed the house.
No, you destroyed the dock because you decided to do a backflip on 10 and it bent.
Yeah, there was a tin roof on the dock. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna do a backflip off of this. And apparently, 10 is not strong enough to hold me up when I'm jumping off of it. So that roof is now bent. I don't know if Travis got any fines for that.
They actually never caught it. I don't know how,
Yeah,
but it never caught it.
it was
noticeable.
very bent.
It was very noticeable
Really?
if you looked at it.
You could notice it from like 200 yards away.
Yeah, but it wasn't you. No one's really looking at the top of the roof, really. So I only noticed it after one of my buddies laughed about it. I was like, "What are you laughing about?" They pointed at the roof, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, that wasn't the only thing that I broke on the bachelor trip. I also walked right through a screen door,
That happens.
like it was nothing. It wasn't even there to me.
But we just shut it. I remember this very, very vividly. We literally just shut the screen door. Next thing I know, you're walking through it and then try to fight it.
Yeah, so one of my buddies just walked through the door. I don't even remember who anymore. But I was basically walking right behind him. I was maybe like 5 or 6 steps behind him. I never saw the door shut. Nah. They had to have like just phased through the screen door because I didn't see him shut it, and you know, it's a pretty see-through screen. So I just walked right into it.
Wasn't there.
Yeah. I think I cracked the frame of the screen door, and you guys ended up like gluing it back together or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Golly.
So along with the bachelor trip, what would you say was the best moment? And then we'll go on later on and talk about the worst. But what was the best in your eyes? What was the highlight?
The highlight of the bachelor trip was definitely staying on the dock for like 17 hours straight, playing pong, jumping in the water, tackling each other into the water, climbing on the roof of the dock, breaking it.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
I will say it would have been a lot better if those waves just weren't so strong. 'Cause we were right in the main channel. Those waves were just crashing the dock.
It was
all
a
day.
rough lake.
Well, yeah, the boats there are no joke. Like,
Well, we were right
it's-
on the main channel.
Exactly. No, like those boats there do damage. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
But that's definitely my favorite part about the bachelor trip, was just being there with like 8 or 9 dudes chilling.
Spending time with the boys.
Yeah. That's the first time I met Weston and Schaefer.
Shout out Weston Schaefer.
Dude.
There's a bunch
Shout
of
out
good dudes
Weston
right
Schaefer.
there.
they're really awesome.
Speaking of Schaefer, he actually he's about to go out to boot camp for the Marine Corps here in about a couple days, I believe, beginning of February.
Hoorah, baby.
Thank you for serving.
Yeah, thank you,
Schaefer.
bud.
Weston, shout out.
Shout out Weston. Love that guy. is he the I guess they're both at your wedding, right?
Yeah, they were. Yep. Weston's the shorter one compared to Schaefer. Schaefer's tall.
Schaefer's like 6.
Is he the one that's married? He's the
No.
one that's married. That's Weston.
That's Matt. You're thinking.
Matt.
of.
I think I'm Matt. Oh,
Matt.
shout out Matt.
Shout out Matt.
I love Matt.
That's
I'm sorry.
a goober right there.
Matt's my guy.
He's a good one. For sure.
Speaking of the wedding,
Wait,
Pierce
real
had a
quick.
great time at the wedding.
Real quick. What was your worst? Was before we get off topic? What was the worst part of the bachelor trip? Like what?
the worst part. Man, I'll tell you the whole story. Started at the beginning of the bachelor trip. We're like, hey, this day, we're going to the strip club. It's a bachelor trip. We gotta go to the strip club. But the day rolls around after like 3 or 4 days of already hanging out. The day rolls around, and Travis gets a text from Faith that says they're going bar hopping. So we go bar hopping with the bridesmaids and all that. Not gonna lie, it was pretty fun.
It was fun.
Nice.
That strip in the Ozark is like a big. I'm gonna say there's probably about 15 bars on each side of the road, and it is jam packed, and people are just. There's music playing. Streets are packed, and it's just a good time.
It's a great time there. But yeah. So we go bar hopping with the brides parties, and then we get back, and it's like 11:30 maybe. And we're like, dang, we gotta find a strip club that's gonna be open past midnight, because it's gonna take like 25 minutes to get there.
Right, naturally.
Anyway. So, you know, we're all looking on Google Maps and everything, Apple Maps, and we find one that's open until like 1. So, but it's a 21 plus strip club, because it's like full nude. It was a wild experience. I'm not gonna lie. And then, yeah, we end up going there. My buddy Schaefer calls to make sure that they're gonna let us in because, I mean, like, 7 of us weren't 21.
Why are you hanging out with kids, Travis?
I'm pretty sure Travis he just turned 21, I think.
No, I've been 21. I turned 21 back in.
I guess
May?
it was back in May. But
Your birthday.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't that much longer.
I think it was like a month earlier.
Okay, so he called, made sure you guys can get in.
Yeah, we actually had to pay like triple the normal price to get in.
Well,
But it's whatever.
For clarification, me and Kyle, we ended up staying back and holding down the
I'm getting
crib.
to that part. That
Uh-huh.
I know. Anyway, so we order an Uber XL or something.
Mm-hmm.
This big old suburban bus thing pulls up, and Travis is like, "I'm not going." I was like, "What do you mean you're not going? It's your party." He goes, "I can't do that to Faith, man." And I was like, "Bro, what do you mean?"
Fiance.
Yeah, W fiance, but like L friend. You know what I mean? This isn't about your wife. This is about you.
Shout out Faith, I love you.
Shout out, Faith.
Got a lot of respect for you, dear.
Real quick, Travis, clarify something for the whole pod. Everyone who was
Oh,
asking.
just for clarification from the last pod, I meant growing family as in like getting married and purchasing a house and doing grown up things. Is what I was meaning.
Faith
There's
is
no
not
baby
pregnant.
on the way. Just for clarification.
Faith is not pregnant.
Okay, so the Uber XL picks you guys up. Travis is like, nah, I can't do it to
Yeah,
Faith.
Travis was like, "Nah, man." And then my buddy Kyle, shout out Kyle, of course.
Shout out Cal.
Everyone knows Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle's got a lot of respect for women.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle said, "I don't want to go spend money at the strip club," and stayed home with Travis.
That's a respect. That's a respectful friendship thing right there.
W friend, W boyfriend.
Stayed back with me, kept me company. We just listened to music out on the deck and just waiting for you guys to get back to continue the party.
Yeah, but you know, the real troopers, they went to the strip club.
Of course.
Talking me, my brother Aaron, not Kyle, Weston and Schaefer, Tucker and Dylan,
Was Hunter not there?
and Wyatt.
Aaron and Wyatt, yeah.
Yeah, Wyatt went. So, let me just start with this Uber, dude. The oldest Santa Claus looking man picks us up, and you know, my brother's a chatterbox, so he's asking about himself, and you know, this old guy, he's like a pastor. He talks to us about how Jesus loves us and everything that goes along with that, all the way to a strip club. So the vibe's off. Like, no one's about to just go into the strip club thinking like, yeah, this is great. But as soon as we get out of the Uber, we completely forgot about him, and then we all paid the doorman like $100 a piece when it should have been like $20. And then yeah, we all go right to the ATM in there and get like $200.
So you're already $300 down.
Yeah, we spent some cash at that club.
Man.
But we pull out $200. We go sit at the stage, and then you know, we're having a good time. It's been like 20 minutes goes by, and then you know, we're throwing a lot of money. So, shout out to Schaefer again. Me and my brother were offered a dance, like the double dance in the same room together. And,
Who else would you want to go with?
right?
for that?
Like, your brother's the perfect guy to just go get a lap dance from.
From
Not from.
Whoa,
with,
whoa.
pause.
with. So me and Aaron head back there, and I hand Schaefer like it was $74 in ones. Anyway, I'll come back to that. So me and my brother Aaron go back there, and you know, the strippers are doing their thing. We're both having a great time. We're really drunk and we're giggling. And then these strippers are like, dude, these guys aren't cool at all. So, oh my god, the dance room was so far back, and the music was only playing from the stage. So just this,
Which is in the distance.
It was like this quiet rock music, and then these strippers like trying their best to let us have a good time.
They probably felt like they're out of daycare or something. I felt awkward.
We're just like the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
And then, yeah, the dance gets over, and we head back out there, and the club is completely shut down already. It was supposed to be like a 2-minute dance. It ended up being like a 15-minute private dance because it was their last one of the night, so they were just like wasting time before they had to go get someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Sounds like an experience. Like.
Anyway, so I walk outside of the club, and my buddy Schaefer walks up to me and hands me like $74 in ones. And he goes, "Fuck them hoes." And he did not throw a single dollar the entire time we were there. What a legend.
What a guy.
What a guy, dude.
What a guy.
But, yeah.
Shout out Schaefer.
We got an Uber back home, and, you know, we spent the rest of the night having fun with Travis and Kyle.
Congratulations, by the way, Travis.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thank you. I had a blast. It really was a good time, I will say. So anyways, let's go to the next question.
Last one.
All right, Blake. This might be a little touchy, but us and I'm sure the fans of the podcast would love to know to get the story. What was the whole story with the DUI over the summer? What happened? What are the events? And are you okay?
Real quick, I didn't know Blake got a DUI until like yesterday.
Yeah.
Shout out Blake.
I guess I haven't been bragging about it enough.
Oh gosh.
Okay. So the whole story with the DUI. So I went down to the lake with some friends of mine from some other town. And then Aaron was there. And I spent like the whole weekend not with the group that I went down there with. I spent it with my brother.
What a true brother.
For real.
But yeah, so he and his girlfriend wanted to take me out to dinner. And they pull up in their car, and Aaron's, not wanting Emily to drive because she'd been drinking and blah, 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 blah. And Emily wanted Aaron not to drive because he had been drinking even more and yada, yada.
No.
But, no, I hadn't drank since like noon or something.
So you were probably good enough to drive safely. What'd you say?
I mean, there's no dangerous driving when you're with me. I'm a good driver.
That is true.
But,
we all know from the first episode, Aaron's probably not the best driver.
Or influence.
Or influence.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, but I got in Emily's car and I was driving us. And my vape just died and I didn't bring a charger on the trip. So I was like, hey, let's go get another vape. So we drive all over Timbuktu in the Ozarks looking for a gas station that sells vapes. And as soon as we got to one, we passed the cop. And I was going, I don't know, like 3 over the speed limit. But when I was getting on the exit ramp, I went over the white line on the shoulder. So
Yeah.
that's why I got pulled over. And then he came to the
that'll do
car
it.
and he's like, I know y'all have been drinking. And I was like, no, I haven't. He goes, you all smell like alcohol. And I was like, well, I mean, that's probably because my brother's like glass of whiskey is in the cup holder. Like, that's a crime, but like, probably not as bad as a DUI.
You gotta really be safe down there because everyone goes down to Lake of Ozarks for one reason only, to go party. So I'm
Yes,
sure
sir.
those cops stay pretty busy trying to keep the roads safe down there, at least for the most part.
Shout out police.
Shout out to
Shout out
officers.
everyone except that cop specifically.
Okay, so so after that, what happened?
Oh well, he did a field sobriety test on me, and I'm assuming I passed with flying colors until I got to the breathalyzer part. Let's just say the legal limit is .08, and I blew a .083.
Oh my gosh, barely.
So he put me in handcuffs and he took me to Camden County Police Office, or whatever it's called.
Jail, yeah.
I was in jail for about 45 minutes, and then my now sister-in-law Faith came and picked me up from jail.
Aw.
What happened to Aaron and Emily? Because you got taken off in the cop car. What happened to the other two?
They stayed at that gas station for a while, and then Sarah Wolf actually came and picked him up. Shout out Sarah Wolf.
Shout out Sarah.
You're a G.
Shout out Sarah. So what was so Faith, you said Faith ended up coming pick you up. What was your initial reaction to like your thought, like, oh, I got a DUI? Like what was that? When did that click in your head?
What was going through your mind?
Well, I knew that it would probably be expensive. I didn't know that they were going to take my license away for like the last 6 months now. But, you got to do what you got to do. They need a license to ID you, not so you can drive.
I don't know about that, Chief.
For legal reasons, I have not been driving.
Yeah.
Nope.
I have been.
Haven't
obeying
seen him
the law.
behind the wheel.
Never once, actually. But yeah. So that's what happened with the DUI.
Did you learn your lesson?
Yes, for legal reasons again. I do not drink and drive.
Well, from like looking back on it now, like how do you feel? Do you feel like, man, why did I do that?
Do you regret
like,
it?
do you have big regrets over the whole situation?
No.
Alrighty. Well, do you at least?
I regret getting caught.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I regret doing it.
Did you feel any betrayal from Aaron putting you in that position to drive?
No, actually, I actually volunteered to drive because I wanted them to stop arguing, and I was starving because I had just woken up about 2 or 3 hours earlier.
Did you get fed in jail? Did you
No,
eat
again,
snacks?
I was only there for 45 minutes.
You said you were starving. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but I forgot to. Okay, so we went to dinner before I got caught drinking and driving.
Oh.
We went to the bar. That's why Aaron had whiskey in the cup holder.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that's about it.
That's
with
it?
the DUI. I mean, I still have it. So
Are you
You know.
are you about done with it? Like, are you about to get your license back? What's happening with it? The whole
I
process?
got another court date, and I got a little deal because I bought an attorney.
Oh,
You
that
bought
sounds
one?
expensive.
I bought a whole attorney's office for this DUI. Actually, I got all their resources going to fixing it, and yeah, it was about. It's still costing me money. It's been like $2,700 so far.
Oof.
Man.
But that's whatever. It's just money. That's what I always say.
Can't-
It's just money.
Can't take it with you when you die.
Yeah, my truck breaks down. It's just money.
It's just money.
I'll just pay the guy to fix it.
Well, you don't have to worry about your truck breaking down since you're not driving.
That's a good point.
Facts.
Probably save a lot of money there.
Yeah, on gas.
Yeah. I definitely do not drive.
All right, well,
shout out Blake for being a
shout
good
out
Samaritan.
Blake. Good Samaritan. Oh
A good
my gosh.
law-abiding citizen,
Shout
honestly.
out to Blake for being something.
Like, I'm a stand-up guy. Honestly. I'm just a great dude all around.
Get to know him.
Get to know me.
That's all you gotta do is just get to know him.
Like, if you're, between the ages of, 19 and, 21, and you're a hot female, preferably blonde, get to know me.
Shout out Blake. And all the women out there who want Blake.
Yeah, shout out you guys.
Guys.
You ladies.
There you go. All right, Blake. Well, we appreciate you coming on the show.
Is there anything you'd like to ask us before we?
Oh yeah,
Kick it off?
that's new. We're gonna start having guests ask us a question.
Okay, what is your guys' favorite memory with me?
None. No, I was kidding.
Kick it off,
enough.
Pierce.
Oh gosh, I mean, I kind of talked about it earlier. Just going to the birthday parties. Basketball was fun when it was between you, Kyle, and Carter. You guys made everything interesting. Practices interesting. Games in the dugout, having to There was a point where I think you guys had to get separated in the dugout. I don't know. That probably happened a lot, but that's probably my best memory with you. I mean, just growing up with you. You're great.
Just me in general.
Just
That's
you.
how you know
Just knowing you in general
I'm
makes
back.
my life better.
Thank you, Pierce.
You're welcome, Blake. What about you, Trev?
Well, I mean, I've known Blake for a long time now. I mean, we thought we were friends, and then became brothers, and then we started hating each other. But other than that, I mean, growing up together was nice. We didn't really socialize as much as me and Aaron did growing up until about middle school. And then that's when sports really came into effect, and we all started getting really competitive against each other and always just having a good time. And that's really the aspect that I see Blake is I really do feel like he's more than just like a stepbrother. I feel like he's more blood because I've been living with him for a long time now anyways. And it's just that our relationship has really came together for sure. I mean, he was in my wedding. He was my best man. No hate to Aaron. I love him. They're both a big part, played a big role in my wedding, my whole life as well. I mean, growing up with them was real fun. That's about it, I'd say.
Again, Blake, we appreciate you coming on. We had a great time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end this episode, so we want to thank you for tuning in. Please keep sending your suggestions, what you think we need to do. We hopefully figured out the audio issue. We spaced ourselves out a little bit more, so if that doesn't fix, we'll probably just get new microphones, which hopefully doesn't have to come to that. So, Travis, you got anything?
Just stay in tune with the Instagram. We'll keep you guys updated and look forward to posting more content for you guys.
Heck yeah, dude. So, be ready. The next guest next week, it's going to be a good one. You're all going to enjoy it, hopefully. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
I'll watch you walk away. The stars are falling right in place. I'll watch you walk away. You stole my heart from inside of me.